Hi, Allison and Abby here. To start off today, we're going to do a short introduction of ourselves and the video.
We're both students at the University of Toledo in the Recreational Therapy program, and we're both juniors as well.
Today we're going to be doing a telehealth intervention based on cognitive retraining for adults that experience a TBI or traumatic brain injury. We found our evidence in the Recreational Therapy for Specific Diagnosis and Conditions book, Recreational Therapy Basics, Techniques, and Interventions book, and an online source which we will link at the end.
A TBI is a form of brain injury that occurs from direct trauma to the brain. Individuals with a TBI may experience many deficits in all domains. We will be focusing on the cross between social and cognitive domain.
Our intervention is based on restoration, where we focus on the recovery of lost skills to optimize functioning and quality of life. It's important to remember that while using cognitive retraining, that the therapist needs to maintain a balance between tolerated, guided challenges and frustration of the client.
We'll be utilizing techniques such as manipulating the environment, cueing, chaining, and external strategies. Specifically, we'll be working on identifying appropriate social skill aspects and creating picture cards to help remember them. Picture cards are a sequential set of pictures that can help guide the individual through a particular task. They can help the individual to remember the steps by visualizing the cards in order if the words don't always make sense to them. Let's get into the intervention.
Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in today. We have Allison and Abby here to help run the activity. Today we'll be making a list and some cards on appropriate social skills. These cards will help us to review what is appropriate during a social interaction. For this activity, you'll need the packet of materials that were provided to you labeled social skills cards. Inside, you should have a piece of paper, a pen, some pictures, tape, and some note cards.
Now we're ready to get started. First, get out a piece of paper and pen that was from your packet. We're going to start by creating a list of what we think we should do in a social interaction. Does anyone want to share their ideas by opening the microphone or sharing in the chat? After an idea is shared, you can write it down on the paper if you agree. Those are all great ideas that we came up with. Thank you everyone for sharing. Now we're going to be putting those ideas onto our cards so we can continue to review them whenever we need. We will write the words on and tape the pictures on that goes along with it. First, pick up one card and your pen and write eye contact on one side. After you do this, you're going to tape the picture of eye contact on that side, and the card is going to look like this. Making eye contact shows the other person that you are engaged in the conversation. It shows that you're interested and in tune with that person. On the next note card, you're going to write good posture and put the picture that represents that. Straightening your posture shows the other person respect and that you're involved with the interaction and conversation. Next, you're going to find another card and write facial expressions on it. And then you're going to find the picture of the man smiling and tape it on the card. Your card should look something like this. Having a smile when you greet someone is welcoming and inclusive. It shows that you're not trying to be aggressive or intimidating, but you're trying to be more welcoming and open to them. On the next card, write handshake. After you do that, you're going to find the picture of the two people shaking hands and tape it on the card. Your card should look something like this. A handshake should be confident and assertive, not aggressive. You should extend your hand and shake with a firm grip. Next, you're going to grab your last card and write greetings and introduction on it. After you do that, you find that last picture with the two people and the words on it and tape it on the card. Your card should look something like this. Offer a greeting and introduce yourself if necessary. Small phrases such as hello or good afternoon are a great start off point. Then you can say who you are and why you're there if the person does not already know. Now that we have completed these note cards, you can keep them to look over them whenever you need a refresher or want to prepare for a social interaction. Feel free to add any details to the other side that will help you to remember them better.
Now we're going to run through the steps together. Abby and I are going to demonstrate, but please feel free to practice along with us. We're going to go through them one by one. Let's start with eye contact. Next, we're going to do good posture. This can be done by sitting or standing. Next, we'll show facial expressions. Next, we'll show a handshake. Lastly, we'll show a greeting and introduction. Hi, I'm Allison, and I am a student at the University of Toledo.
Hi, my name is Abby, and I'm also a student at the University of Toledo.
Those are all the steps broken down into individual parts. Let's practice together now.
How this is going to work is you will say what step you're working on and then complete it. Then you'll go to the next one until they're all completed. As with the handshake, we'll just do it in the screen and pretend we're shaking someone's hand. Who wants to go first?
Now that we've run through it all together, let's talk about it. Does anyone have any examples of settings that these steps can be used in? These steps can be used in many settings, both formal and informal, such as visiting a friend, a job interview, and meeting a member of your care team, and many more.
Did anyone notice any steps that were hard for them to do? It's important to remember that these do take practice. For the ones that were challenging for you, continue to review them and even write a little side note for it with phrases that you can better understand or help you remember those steps.
Does anyone have any other ideas of tasks that you can make these cards for? Maybe things like feeding your pet or going to the grocery store would work.
That wraps up our activity for today. Make sure you hold on to those cards so you can flip through them every day or whenever you need to. Thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you back next time. Bye!
This concludes our telehealth intervention. It's important to remember that sequencing an activity doesn't always stick the first time around. Continually working on the steps on a daily basis will help the individual to complete the task with less assistance.
Depending on the individual and their deficits, sometimes words or pictures won't make sense to them after a TBI. It's important for each session is tailored around the client and their specific needs and deficits. That's all we have for today. Thank you for watching.